I want to show you how good the speakers are, how it sounds. This is a copy, no copyrights on this song. Speakers are amazing. Especially I upgraded the speakers too. You can change the sound quality. There's all these amplifiers. It's amazing. Surround sound, bass. You can do all these changes here. Sound field, front, rear, to the back speakers, to the front. Very good quality sound. It's amazing, guys. You can turn off the surround sound. Also, I would like to show you you can go into a browser like a Google and you can search whatever you want. Let's say news. Go. And it connects very quickly. You have a whole tablet here with all the information, everything you need. This is pretty amazing. I don't want to sign in. Let's go back to YouTube. And I want to show you YouTube. It opens up right away and we can search whatever you want. So I could search, let's just say my channel. Let's see what happens. And there it is. Bunch of videos. This is the video for speaker upgrades. Works fast. I connected this Wi-Fi to my hotspot on the phone and it works super nice. Skip the ad. That's me.
Welcome back to Nazareto's channel.
You can forward this.
In this episode, we're gonna be,
just like on a tablet.
Cut the speaker out. This is a shitty speaker. I don't care what you say.
Now, one thing I want to show you, very important, at least it's important to me. As you see, we have no buttons here, touch buttons, nothing. And if you want to interact with like turning off power, you have to scroll down and you have all these options here. See, you gotta scroll down. You can hotspot, power off, reboot. But the volume, let's just say you want to control the volume and everything else. You see, I have this little blob thingy. You hit it and there's plus, negative, minus, and then you can silence it. You can go home, return it. So if you would like to have this little button, so just scroll to the left and you see it says float ball. You hit that float ball and it says enable float ball, and that's what I did. And you can move this float ball anywhere you want, like right here, for example. So you're listening to music, you want to mute it, you hit this and it's going to be muted. You want to do volume, it's going to give you volume. The location, it opens a Google map. I set it up. You hit home and it goes back to Android home. Now if you want to close some of the apps, you hit this little button on the top and you can just hit this. There's a little garbage bin. You can't really see it very well. You can just close it. So I want to show you how to change volume if you really want to. Hit this knob. This is a YouTube video. Free copyright music. No copyright music. There you go. Let's go on Google. Everything works so quick, connects. And you can download more apps. You can go on the Play Store, you can download stuff. Navigation. I set up navigation here for Google. I don't like the other navigation. But yeah, it works. Wi-Fi settings. I connect it to my Wi-Fi network. iPhone 13. So with Android you can do a lot more different apps, but if you want simplicity, just go to Apple CarPlay. So the one problem I've noticed when you go back to phone link to your Apple CarPlay, you'll be disconnected from the Wi-Fi. And let's say if I go back here, and let's go under the settings. I go under the settings here. Where are my settings? I'll show you the phone and network. It's off, it's disconnected. That's just unfortunate. Well, let's turn it back on. Let's see if it finds my phone hotspot automatically. No, and it's connecting me back to Z-Link. Connect me back to my Android, my Apple CarPlay. See? So these two systems work, but there's some glitching. That's what I don't like about it. What is this time? Camera on iPhone is currently using the microphone. Okay, I'm recording. Let's exit. So if you want a Wi-Fi, you have to use the Android system. If you want to watch YouTube and have everything. But it connects me there now. So after I play around with this head unit, this Roadanvi, there's some things I don't like, and I want to show you what I don't like. For example, small thing like this, only this button works. I cannot go on forward to change radio station, right? The volume works fine. This button doesn't work. This doesn't work. And the mode changes things. You know, when you hit mode, changes things around. One more thing that really don't like is the radio issue. So when I go back and I hit radio, where's the radio? This one. A lot of static. No matter what I did, the radio just doesn't want to work. It's just not working properly. Let's go back. Navigation. You see it says kilometers per hour. Okay, I can change it so it opens up the Google. But you cannot change that. And the onboard navigation is this app. It's called iGo. So when I hit that, this is what drives me nuts. This is what drives me nuts. So it loads okay. It's precise. It shows you everything correctly. But the controls are very stupid. Like there is no button, like menu button. I cannot just hit the menu button and be able to cancel this navigation and go back. So it doesn't work. And it says loading, loading, loading. Sometimes it's loading like this. When you scroll all the way down towards settings, like right here, settings, and we go to car settings, let's see, factory settings. Well, let's go back here. I think it's wrong. Okay, when you go to car info, right? When you go to car info, tire pressure monitoring system. It works, it is accurate, but it's in kilopascal, 235, not in PSI. I don't know how to change it. I don't think you can change it. Another thing under the car info, this is correct. This shows me Fuel consumption and everything is right, but I wish I could bring it up to the front screen and have it just like an OEM radio. It's very simple, but this you have to look it up and open it up. But let's go back. Vehicle set. Now I tried to work with these settings, auto lock by speed. It doesn't seem to change anything because I set it on my original radio, and with this one it doesn't seem to change it. But it does show you the option: auto lock by shift, automatically lock doors by shifting, you know, all these settings here. Key to press to unlock. See all these options they show you here, and same thing as interior lights. I'm not doing any of this stuff here. I'm not changing anything here. Smart lock and a key to start. Okay, inside outside gas, I don't know. I'm not messing with this because it doesn't seem to work, this stuff. Only these things are set. Smart lock and a key to start. Reverse camera track. So I'm not messing with these settings, but they're here under the car info. Also, if you have a front camera, you can connect that. YouTube, as you see, it works good if you connect it. But once you connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be disconnected from Apple CarPlay. And that's just how it works. I've noticed that. I tried so many times. I connected here, it was perfectly fine. I was on their Wi-Fi watching YouTube, everything was fine. And then when I go back home, and then I tried to connect to Z-Link, the phone link, it wouldn't do it because it would be connected to the Wi-Fi. So that was a problem. But everything else works nice. The screen looks nice. Oh, one more thing. On the bottom here, when you see the air condition controllers, it's just it's not gonna, you can't change anything. So when you turn on like the AC, sometimes like the window pops up here and it shows you're in the AC mode. So that is, you cannot change it, nothing. It's just like a screen. Cool thing, the door settings, it works. The trunk, the door, the sunroof, everything works. Tire pressure system works. But they still need to work on this unit. They still need to perfect it. And I did figure out this. When you scroll down, you have a power button, you have reboot, you have audio settings. You see, you can change this. This is amazing. The sound is amazing on this unit. You can go surround sound, you can turn it on. You can individually control each speaker. You can go bass boost, sound field. You can change this. This works very good. So the speakers get so much more power, and this sounds so clear. And it says bass range. See here? So this system is very good, and you can access it by scrolling down and go on to audio settings. And this assistant, I don't know what that means. There's a little setting here. You can go under the setting. So if you want to turn off screen, you can just turn it off. So there's some pros and there's some cons about this head unit. I think there are more pros to this because the screen is amazing. The sound of the stereo system is amazing. Very responsive to touch, like all that stuff works. But some negative things like the Wi-Fi doesn't work. Like, I mean, it's hard to connect, and it just some finicky stuff. They need to work all these issues out. The reverse camera is very nice. We have all these guidelines. This is pretty cool, and it's very accurate. We have a backup. We have a cross traffic monitoring system that works very good. It beeps at you. So that stuff works. All the sensors work. But small things, like I pointed out to you earlier, they need to work it out. issues. Overall, the radio is okay. Like the head unit is fine, except I don't have the radio here. It doesn't work. The radio is just very staticky no matter what I do. So, and one thing, guys, I've noticed that this unit has a flaw, and it really bothers me. When I lock the doors, the light's supposed to blink on the mirrors. Now that thing always gets reset. And also daylight running lights. When I put it in drive, this thing sometimes doesn't even turn on the headlights. So it's like something with the settings. So that's kind of unfortunate. So I decided to install my older radio unit. So I decided to remove this Roadanvi unit because some of the features I really want and it's not there. And also, just my personal opinion, I decided to remove it. I want all the features to work. I don't want just some of the features to work. And like this connector that I had here, it has to be unplugged. So I don't like that. I like the simplicity. So I give it a test drive. I remove everything. I'm gonna install the original one. So the issue that I had with this Roadanvi, well, it wasn't really issue, but I still don't like it. When you lock your car, let me show you these lights right here. They're supposed to blink. Same thing, the daylight running lights, if you have a set them on, they go on. Also there's like a yellow light that flashes. So this unit would turn it off. Periodically it would turn it off, so that pisses me off. So I reinstalled this old radio. Yes, I'm back to this one. Go under the menu, go under the setup, go for the vehicle, not Wi-Fi, I want vehicle customization. Go under the light settings. Now I have daylight running lights on, but they were off. Once I installed that unit, the daylight running lights were off, so I had to go under the settings and turn them on, and sometimes it would just turn it off for some reason. I don't know why. But here you go, door lock settings. Go under here and make sure lock unlock feedback lights are on, and that's it. So now when I shut off the car, look at my mirrors and the headlights. When I lock the car, see, this works and this one blinks. Same thing with unlocking. You unlock, it gives you a feedback. I decided to disconnect this Roadanvi unit, and I don't know, their engineers need to work better on this system. Maybe the problem is here, I don't know, but every time I've noticed, this is my second day I had this unit, every time I've noticed, I lock the car, there's no feedback lights, it doesn't show you. And same thing, I put a car in drive, the daylight running lights would turn off. So that was kind of disappointing. And no matter what I tried to set up the radio, like the radio that's built in here, it wouldn't work. It just gives me a lot of static. So the unit looks very nice, it's promising, but their engineers need to work better on this unit. Like also like these wiring, look at this. When you push these wires in, this unit gets a little bit warm. That's what I've noticed. On the Toyota, you have a little fan and it turns on and it cools off this unit. This one doesn't have it. It just, I don't know why. It is a nice design. Like everything fits perfectly. Like when you install this bracket also moves. You can lock it, unlock it. It slides in. The bolt holds this in place. So it looks just like factory, looks like stock. There are no issues. It's just small things like that I found out that kind of annoying. They need to perfect it. But it is nice to have like a backup camera with the guidelines. So if you have a more expensive unit, install this. And GPS on this is a joke. The GPS that I had to use, it was a joke. I could not, no matter what I did, I could not just cancel the route, and they'll always find me the same route. The options are very confusing. So I had to use Apple CarPlay GPS, which works fine, and this GPS that's built in kind of no good. But overall, like, it's promising. It looks so cool. If they're gonna perfect this, that'd be great. I don't know what the issues are, but a customer should be able to change kilometers to miles and vice versa. And same thing with the temperature. Why can't I change this? Why also tire pressure shows me KPS? I have to be able to change that if I want. So I don't know, maybe the issue is in this, but the radio itself is good. I don't know. I decided to go back to my original Toyota radio and live with it. It was a 6-inch screen, that's okay. And I have my Apple CarPlay that works fine. I did a good job on the instructions, how to install it. It's very easy to understand. You could also mirror the screen, this is nice. But who wants to watch movies while you're driving? Are you seriously gonna put yourself at risk, your family and yourself at risk, driving, watching movies? I don't really need it. I like simplicity on the radios. And that's it. I really didn't want to make this video because I was super excited about it. It works fine. I was like, wow, cool, nice screen and everything. But for me, it's important, the functionality. I want everything to work. I want all the connectors to be plugged in. I don't want like one connector to be unplugged and I'm wondering what features am I missing. Also, the GPS on this is a joke. Like, it just they don't even have a manual where you can just reset the GPS and just have no like a waypoint. It's kind of hard to deal with it. So I always use up my Android. I end up using my Apple CarPlay GPS. And you know, just little things like when you go under the car settings and you try to change some door lock settings. Now, when you're messing around with that, the lights will be turned off. Like as you saw, my lights didn't work. Like when you lock the doors, the mirror would not flash and the headlights wouldn't flash, and also my daylight running lights would not work. So I had to change that setting. And as soon as I install my regular unit, Toyota, everything works fine. Also, they need to work how to change the miles to miles, kilometer to miles, miles to kilometers. Make sure they change that, and also tire pressure monitoring system. And I couldn't figure out what's going on with the radio. Like the radio, the FM, AM, no matter what I did, like I called the customer service, I changed some settings, I turned off some things, turned on some things, everything was plugged in. The radio is all static, so I end up using my Apple CarPlay for the radio. I have the app for local radio stations. But other than that, the unit powers on very fast, very responsive, super nice screen. Backup camera works. You can turn on the front camera if you want to. Like everything else works. Oh, one more thing. Once you turn on the Wi-Fi, you connect it to a hotspot, and then you would like to go and use your Apple CarPlay, forget about it. It's not going to work. It's going to disconnect. Then you can connect to Apple CarPlay, and it takes a little while to connect to Apple CarPlay. So if you are using the Android Auto, perfectly fine. You can connect to Wi-Fi. You can watch YouTube, you can do whatever you want with, you know, search engines, watch YouTube, music, videos, whatever. Everything works flawlessly. But then if you want to switch, you get disconnected from the Wi-Fi. So that's one thing that also drives me nuts. And that's it. That's all I found so far. And the car settings. The car settings, I don't know if all of them works, like the door lock and everything else. But with the original radio, you can access it, you can change it, everything works. Here, I didn't want to mess around. One huge plus to have this radio is the audio system. Like those speakers, like you see I upgraded my speakers, right? With this unit, you have so many options for the audio system. It works so nice. They did such a good job on the audio system, the equalizer. You can change like surround sound. You can, you know, go, like you will enjoy music with this, absolutely enjoy it. That's so nice. So they did a very good job. A lot of settings under the audio control. So that's one thing I wanted to say. My dear YouTubers, as always, I want to be honest with you. I want to give you true, honest review of a product. And I want to say this is not a bad product. This is not a bad product. It works. It have a nice screen. Everything works. It's just the small things that just drives me crazy. I want all the functions. I want everything. But this unit, as you see, it kind of lacks some of these. But overall, it's your decision, your choice. I just made these videos to be informative and to show you everything about this Roadanvi. So thanks again for watching. Subscribe, like, hit the link, and I'll see you in the next.